So, a really big part of running a CRO agency is about staying tool agnostic. Obviously, different companies work with different tool stacks, and if you're an external consultant, you sort of need to fit yourself into that ecosystem. And often it's our job to bring in new tools as well to get the job done. And often it also means that there really isn't a perfect solution either on the market or it's not attainable for some reason. So we really have to be super creative and come up with low cost solutions or kind of build our own frameworks to get the best results for our clients. And for the past 5 years, since we've been running qualitative, yes, it's koala like the animal, and tative like qualitative research. Nobody gets it. It's fine, whatever. But we've basically developed a lot of different internal tools and frameworks that we've also decided to publish as well on our website. And that's partly because it's a really great way to show potential clients what we're capable of, how we work, so on, but also partly because we genuinely want to help our community and create these feedback loops and get feedback about what we're building so we can create even more helpful stuff in the future, hopefully. So if you go to our website, qualitative.com, and click on this tools link in the top navigation, you'll see a page with a list of different tools that we've published. And I thought that I would just give you a quick overview of what each of these is about, who it's for, and what it's useful for if you're interested. So yeah, here goes. This first one is actually a tool that we're still working on. We are using it internally for our own clients, and we hope to get the MVP out soon as well to let people who are interested test it. But basically what it is, it's testing analysis tool for BigQuery. So this is meant for people that are doing test analysis on a pretty high level, meaning that you understand the limitations of testing tools and GA4. So you're trying to work with a data warehouse, essentially, meaning you're sending your test data from a testing tool to GA4 to BigQuery. But then the question becomes, how do you get your data out and work with it in a meaningful way? And our tool will basically hook up to your BigQuery and pull that test data out automatically without you having to write any SQL. So that's pretty cool. Super useful for us, especially people like me that are heavily involved in the analysis part of things but don't want to learn SQL. So yeah, if that sounds like you as well, you can click on this link and there's a sign up thingy and you can sign up and we'll send you an email when we're ready to launch it, and you can test it out as well if you want. So this next one is for analyzing customer survey data, specifically long open-ended surveys, my personal favorite. You always get the best quotes and open-ended feedback from those, but it can also be a huge hassle and very time consuming to analyze those. And I personally don't really think that you can automate that whole process, but there definitely are these annoying manual parts that can be alleviated. And that's what this template attempts to do. So basically, it will help you randomize the data. You can set specific keywords that it will find in all the answers. It will show you which answers are already coded. It can help you set up new themes that you want to code answers into, and a lot more stuff like that. So there's a whole article attached to this one as well that explains in excruciating detail how it works and how you can use it. So if that seems interesting, maybe check that one out as well. The next one is our CRO process template. And this is meant to basically organize your entire experimentation program. Literally everything from your research findings to converting those into test ideas, to converting those into real experiments, getting that through dev, design, QA pipelines, also creating your data dictionary based on your analytics, and it will all literally link together in a super meaningful way. And we use this for every single project that we have to manage everything. And we've even gotten like a really big enterprise client to drop a bunch of other tools to move into this system because it is so flexible. You can always add more stuff and make it work for your team in a way that really makes sense for you. Plus, in most cases, it's free, like based on how many people you want to add and whatever. So it's really useful. And, obviously everyone has their own systems and tools that they like to use for managing CRO programs. But if you're looking for something different or just a starting point, even, then this could be a pretty good solution for you. Up next is our pre-test calculator. So this is meant to use before you launch your A/B tests to understand what type of MDE you're looking for and how long you actually need to run the experiment. And I know that most of you will never run those calculations, and whatever, it's your life to ruin. Do whatever you want, obviously. But it is there if you want to get into that and sort of figure out how to do that, because as far as we still know, it's the only one on the market that tells you baseline conversion rate, recommended significance, recommended power, recommended MDE, sample size per variant, estimated test duration, just based on your weekly users and conversions. So only two numbers that you have to plug in. And the problem with other calculators that we found is that they want you to sort of guess the MDE to get the weeks that you need to run the test for. And that's, spoiler alert, pretty hard to do and figure out. So that's why most people, I think, also don't run these calculations beforehand. But yeah, ours has these guardrails built into it, and if you click on it, it sort of explains how it works as well. And there is a different version of this calculator too that lets you actually put your own MDE and more numbers if you want to play around with it and you're more of a data nerd, I guess. Also, this calculator was actually featured in one of HubSpot's case studies about small brands doing cool things with no resources, which is basically us. So that was cool. And we've gotten a lot of good feedback about it, that people have been implementing that into their testing program workflows as well. So yeah, check it out. And last but not least, a couple of templates to manage your post-test calculations. And obviously there's lots of free calculators also that do that. But the main problem I find with those is that you can only analyze one KPI or metric or whatever at the time, and you have to sort of copy and paste every number and then calculate that result, then delete the whole thing, then calculate another one. So this sort of gets around that, and you can see all your test data for one test in one place, as many metrics as you want. You can even use these to store the data in one place, share them with your team, take screenshots, whatever. A lot easier, in my opinion. Also, it has completely transparent stats. If you care about that sort of thing and you understand, again, testing tool limitations, and you want to make sure that you are seeing actual results based on your own test, not other, tests taken into account or whatever, which sometimes happens with testing tools. Also could be a nice add-on to accelerate your efforts in experimentation. Take your data cleanliness to the next level. As I said, every single one of these tools we pretty much use for all of our clients on the daily. And if you're interested, they're on our site. Check them out. If you have any feedback, questions, be happy to chat more about them. Yeah, that's all I have to say.